In this video, I will show you how to find and print or download reports for more specialized or targeted or longitudinal data that you might be interested in that is not readily available right on your dashboard when you log in. You can still access this data quickly and use it and be able to manipulate it and sort it for your own purposes. So the first thing I want to show you is how to get to reports for specific groups of students. If you want to download a report, just like, for example, how your TVIP students have done on their STAR test over the last 6 years, you may not see that right on the dashboard, but you can get to that by going to this tab over here, Assessment Tests, and you can click Launch Assessment. Now, when you come in here, sometimes it feels a little overwhelming because there's lots of different options here. Depending on what you want, you can choose different things. But because I want to do something longitudinal for multiple years and see that all at once, I'm going to choose Assessment Set Scores. Any of these other ones would be where you could dig into a specific test, like the Winter STAR 3rd grade test for either a specific group of students or to get more specific data on that test, like strand, subgroup, or strand data. If you want multiple tests together, then you choose Assessment Set. That's what I'm going to do right now. When you go in here, you can pick your student group, and this is how you can choose if you want specifically your TVIP or your special education students. Your most likely groups will appear here first, but you can choose, okay, I'm going for students this year, and I'm going to go to shared groups, school specific, and choose a certain school. These are all fake. Let's say Clear Lake High School. And if you were looking at yours, you would see Quincy High School, if this was for somebody at the high school. And next to that, it would say all students, or there would be an option for bilingual students, or there would be an option for special education students. Those are the ready-made disaggregated groups that the district makes for you and has ready to go. You can also sort by grade, class, teacher. The activity one we don't really use here, but you can do that automatically through these options here to get to a specific grade level or something. But if you wanted to, for example, say sort by gender or something like that, then instead of choosing your group here, you would first need to go back to here to the student groups and create a student group. To create a student group, you can click here. You can make a static group, which means you would be entering each student one by one. Let's say there's 3 students you're really focused on, or 17 students. For example, the students at the middle school or high school who are coming in for specialized in-person learning, even when everyone else was doing remote last year. If you wanted to make a student group with just them and see how they were doing on a certain assessment, you would do that through a static group, because there's no way for Homeroom to filter into that group of students. They just don't know who they are well enough. But if you, for example, wanted to say all the male students in 9th grade and how they did on their STAR, you could do that here. Click on Filter and Create at the top, add a filter group. You always start with enrollments when you add a filter group. And you could choose your selections here. Grade, did I say 9th grade? And you don't have to choose everything else because we only have one. Well, you could say Clear Lake High School if you wanted students just from the high school, instead of like QA, for example. If you want to specialize it anymore, you can. And then if you want to add gender, I'm going to add demographics, male. If you want to do a program or services that they're in, you would go down to services. And then there's lots of other things you can choose from here too. And you can see as you add, if I change from male to female, this number up here is going to change. It live updates the students that are in that group. You can click on it. It will show you the actual students with their actual picture and their actual name. I'm in demonstration mode, remember, so this is all scrambled. But then you can save that group. It will give you the option to give it a name, and that group will save into your account forever, and it will continue to update. As students enroll or disenroll, this number will change automatically for you. Once you create that group, then you can go back to your assessment test and choose it. It will be in your list if you say My Groups, and you can click in this bar here to search whatever name you gave it, and you can find that specific group of students right there. I'm going to choose that just so I can show you how to choose an assessment set here. When you get in here and go to choose an assessment set, for example, if you want to say, I want to choose a star, and I want to find star reading. There's all these different ones. So some of these aren't really sets, but like this one, star student growth percentiles, grades 1 through 5. I can click on that. And now it's going to tell me out of the students at Cedar Lake School in this school year, all of their student growth percentiles they've had on any assessment from STAR that they've done in grades 1 through 5. Now, you can make, if you don't see the assessment set with the exact assessments you want, you can also go down here to My Creations and make, not there, sorry, right here, My Assessment Sets. You can make an assessment set. And that is something I could help you with as well as you're trying to figure that out. Once you make it, it will be saved there forever. If you notice the one down here that said, these are ones that I made a long time ago when I was working in enrichment because I wanted to focus on percentiles with NUIA and then with STAR to see how kids were doing. So once you make it, it's saved there forever. But if there's some that we need that we don't have as a district, we can make those and have them shared out with the whole district as well. Once you put in your students, your assessment set that you want, you can launch it. Now I think I chose a high school with some elementary school tests, but you can see there's some data here. And then you would download it just as you did for the other charts that we can see on your dashboard already. You can click on this. You can click on this and see here, download any of these options. They have different features depending on which version you download, and you can download them all and see which one you like and get some comfort with that. This was a long video, so thanks for hanging in there.